Hey there, welcome back to One-Handed RC. The rigid is done, finally. Took a long time. This one's several months behind it and a couple hundred hours, but I am very happy with it. It's like 99.9% done. There's a couple things, the door handles, they still need to be designed and printed. Not a big deal, I can do those last. Greg is he's focusing on the trailer right now. At the moment, he's already got me the cabinets for the dolly. So I managed to knock those out. I haven't put the lights in them yet because I was focusing on finishing this, but while I was painting all of this, I threw this in at the same time. So that's done. So when I get the dolly and the trailer, the dolly's practically done as it is. Enjoy the video. I hope you like it. Thumbs up if you could, please, and we'll talk to you later. Another thing, those of you that know the BM paint job, you'll know that it's supposed to have like a swoosh back here. The reason why I didn't do that is because I couldn't figure out how to work the trailer with the truck with the graphics. So by carrying this straight through, it'll flow into the trailer, and then I'm gonna do that little swoosh thingy at the back of the trailer. So it's all just gonna look like one big long truck. Okay, time to get started on the box. So I am just going to sand everything down because I built out the sides, but I didn't make them even like this over here. I started working on it a little bit and I was like, oh shoot, I better grab the camera. So this one's down. I got to bring this other side down. I got to basically get all the pieces that I built it out to make it the same size as the Tamiya trailer, so they'll match. And so I'm cleaning it all up and getting ready to sheet it. Okay, what I got going on here, I'm on the dining room table. I need a big flat spot. So I made this piece just a smidge bigger than the side. I can just sand it down to where it's correct. The passenger side of the truck doesn't have anything. It's just a flat panel. It doesn't have doors or anything. So this is just going to be one simple sheet. But I want to do this one first because it's going to give the box some rigidity and for working on the rest of it. So I'm going to get the gluing this on. I'm going to lay down some wax paper so that way any overspillage isn't going to hurt the table at all. And we're going to go on. Okay, not a lot to see here. I just used a 30-minute epoxy and I got everything down. It's a little bit bigger all the way around. And so it'll get all, I'm going to let it sit for, actually, even though it's a 30-minute epoxy, I'm just probably going to let it sit for the night with the weight on it. And that way everything cures nice and straight and it'll all be good. All right, I got it sitting on wax paper. I epoxied it down. So I'm just showing that it's on my dining room table. Only spot that was big enough that's flat. I guess I could have done my kitchen counter. Counter would have probably been better. Being granite, it would have been even flatter. Shoot, okay. All the other sides, I'll do that. But yeah, it's all together. So, glued. It has been a couple hours. So I'll check on it here tomorrow morning and hopefully all's good. Also, I've never worked with styrene before, not on this scale. So I am making this up as I go. So please do not look to me for giving you advice because I'm pretty sure I'm doing this wrong or I'm going to learn some lessons on this one and adapt it to the trailer. But yeah, so I'm learning. Okay, this piece is on. So the passenger side, I mean, it's glued. It's pretty tight. So I've got the edges. I've got to sand down and make it to where these are even. And I'm going to work on the other side. But the other side has a bunch of doors. Okay, so here are all the door panels. I do want them to have a little bit of not a gap, but not fit perfectly. That way you can see the dividing line going down the panels. So I've now I'm going to run a piece of tape across these to hold them all. And then I've got to mark where I'm going to put in the door handles or the door latches to open them up. Well, they're fake. These aren't going to open. But yeah, so I've got to do that. But so I've got 6 panels here for the truck. That's going to be the doors on the driver's side. And I'm going to knock them out. Okay, got a bit of a glare here, but you can see I've got the spots marked off that I got to cut out for the door handles, like this one and this one don't get any handles. But you can see I've got everything like taped together the way it is. I got them numbered, that way they'll fit back in a row, what have you. So now I get to cut these out and get them ready to receive. What they haven't even been made yet. I'm just getting ready for something that's going to get made. And then get this taped onto or glued onto the side of the box. Okay, showing you what I'm doing. I got the first one done. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking the Dremel tool and then just roughly cutting it out. And then I'm taking this little file and I am slowly working it back to the lines to where I can get it to where it's a nice and even square. So that's what I'm doing. So I've got 3 more of these to do, and then I'll be ready to glue these onto the side of the box. So this is what it looks like when I just cut it out with the Dremel tool. So now you can see how close I got it to it. So I'm going to work on the file. Okay, the doors are glued on. So yes, it looks like a big mess going on. Everything's like not fitting correctly and all that kind of stuff. But that's how it is. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to trim all this stuff off. Wow, I am doing a terrible job with the camera. But yeah, I'm going to get all this stuff off of here. And so should just take, well, it'd take me, a little bit of time, but according to you guys, it's going to be just a matter of seconds. So let me get on this and get it all cleaned up. Okay, I got it all trimmed down. So now the doors and everything like that are all good. And unfortunately, I forgot to show you what that all looked like, and because I went ahead and started gluing on the end piece down there, the front, I guess you call it. So I've got some weight on it, and so I'm going to let it sit overnight. Even though it's only 30-minute epoxy, I like to let it sit for 24 hours before I start cranking on it and really start working on it and getting kind of violent. But yeah, so I've got that going, and then so I just got to do the rear doors and then clean it all up. And then that's the top piece that's sitting right there, the frame for it. And so I got to skin that. And then I'll be ready to, do final sanding and all that stuff, and then be ready for paint. Not too far off. Okay, we got 3 sides are done. So yeah, I got to do a little bit of filling in and stuff like that. But I mean, we're not talking major stuff. So, just have the rear to do. And that's it. But here's something interesting I wanted to show you guys. Underneath, this is the top. It's going to house all the lights. You can see the lights go in there. And then I had this to where I can just easily remove it. But what's really cool is in this spots here, he put these magnets for me. There we go. And it's on all 4 corners. And then I just put in these screws, like right there. And you can't really see that one. And I put in all 4 corners. So when this goes on, it just right into place. Boom. And it's locked in. All good. What do you call it? And it's going to stay on. So that's what I wanted. And he nailed it just like I wanted. Oh, I got to adjust that one a little bit. No biggie. But yeah, all good. Okay. So the last part of the box is on. So I've just got to trim all these edges off and get it down to size. Now I did use 30-minute epoxy to epoxy everything on. I know that there are much faster things for doing that. But I wanted to have as much time as I could for placement and make sure everything's lined up and all that stuff, and then I lock it in. And, half an hour gives me more than enough time to make sure it's perfect. So, all good. We have a box. Yeah, box is done. I mean, it's like 99% finished. What do you call it? I still got a little bit going on up front. A little bit of Bondo that's drying up there. I had to, because I used a 2mm card. They didn't have a piece big enough to be able to do that, so I had to join 2 pieces. And so I'm bondoing it, and there's a slight difference, not much, but just enough that it's annoying. Guys, want to see something interesting? See this handle here? Well, this truck sits so low that it's really hard to pick it up and carry it and stuff like that because there's just so much going on. Well, it dawned on me that I have the roof just magnetized, so it comes off real easy. So I figured I am going to take this handle and mount it down in there, and that way I can pick up the truck and carry it kind of like a 6-pack of beer and just make it super easy. And then I'm just going to take this and just put some foam down in there, something, so this can sit. I'm not sure how yet, but I'll do it. And then that way, the top, you won't see the handle, and it's super easy to carry. So I am going, while that, Bondo is drying, I'm going to mount that down in there and be done with it. Hey, I've got something going on here. So when I glued everything down on here, it sealed up these spots down here at the bottom. And I don't like that because I actually sanded in between here to open these up, because I'm actually going to have it dark behind there so you can actually see the doors. And so I'm taking this little, yeah, it's bent a little bit, so I'm trying to work with that. It's the only blade I have. Ooh, I just straightened it and got it straight. Dang it. Okay, that are straight enough. So I've just been sawing on this and just creating another gap in there so I can just keep it going down so it's going to look right when I'm done. And I'll get black down inside there after I'm done painting. Just continue that dark line so you can tell it's a door. So yeah, I'm going to get on it. Okay, there we go. Now I've got those lines all the way down to the bottom. And, oh, it looks like I got a smudge on the camera. Anyways, yeah. And so this is actually primer. So, and I just did 800 grit, excuse me. Got it smooth enough, so I'm ready for paint. And I'm not worried about those numbers because, yes, I'm shooting this white, but that area is going to be blue. So I already know that those numbers are going to get covered up just fine. And when I shoot the white, it just might cover those up okay. I doubt it, because white doesn't cover as well as you think it does. But yeah, so I am ready for the actual paint. All right, so the white is shot, and I'm pretty happy with how it all came out. What do you call it? So gonna let it dry for 24 hours and then stripe it off for the blue. Okay, wanted to show you this. I'm doing the steps for the truck. The primer is a little bit darker because it's a self-etching primer because these steps are metal. So I do this, and then paint won't stick to this self-etching primer. You got to use primer, like regular primer. I use Tamiya primer on top of this. Then the paint will stick to it. So I'm going to paint these blue, and then these pieces they hold the light lenses. Greg designed these for me. He made them to where I can either glue them or screw them to mount wherever I want to mount them. So I've got 20 of them primered up right now. I've got to paint them still. But these are going to be the lights that go underneath the box, at the bottom of the box. So I'm going to have 20 of them down there. And so, yeah, it's going to be a lot of lights. I think I added it up. There's going to be a total of like 48 lights just on the box. So quite a few. I got to do a lot of wiring. Okay, I've been kind of neglecting you guys. Greg finished up. These are the cabinets for the dolly. He got them done, and so I got them, and even though I don't have the trailer or the dolly here, these have been test fitted and everything, and so I know that they're good. So I'm going to go ahead and paint them. So I did already paint the white. Well, I did all the sanding and because these are 3D printed, I got them all smooth and everything, and just shot the white. So I'm going to tape off and do the blue now. So I figured I'd include this in the video, even though this isn't the trailer video. Okay, the dolly fenders taped off, ready for paint. We're going to shoot blue, and the box is taped off for the blue. So just that simple. I'm going to shoot blue now. Okay, the blue is shot. So the box is shot, and then here are the, what do you call it, dollies, cabinets. And so, yeah, the blue shot. So I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours. Then tomorrow I will shoot the gray. And wow. And then the actual color is done. And then I got to shoot clear. But wow, I'm getting close. I'm getting close. Okay, so the blue is shot. I've also got it on the cabinets for the dolly. The blue is shot. And this is something that I was able to do on this one when I was laying out the stripes for the white. I'm able to go ahead and outline where the gray was going to be. So when I taped off all the blue, I just ran a couple pieces of tape over that center section so that all I had to do was, when I was done, is just peel off that little center section, and my stripe tape is already laid down. And I did the same over here, and it just makes life a little bit simpler. So as soon as I got done shooting the blue, I peeled the tape off of that white, and then tomorrow I'll tape off the blue. And then I'm going to shoot that white gray in color. And so we should be heading to clear in a couple days. So I'm stoked. Okay, so the first decal is going to go on. This is going on roof, so I am going to sit here and measure and measure and measure and tape and make sure that sucker is down, perfectly centered everywhere, and then get this. This is the roof, by the way, to the box. So I want to get that on there, and then I do clear over the decals. So that's just something I've always done. Yeah, it works. All right, so we are taped down dead center. We are 42 millimeters and 42 millimeters and 70 millimeters and 70 millimeters. This thing is dead center. So I put tape across the center, so I'm going to peel the back up, and start sticking it down. All right, that came out flawless. It's exactly how I want it. By the way, these decals are from Stickies over in UK. S-T-E-E or S-T-I-C-K-E-E-Z. So Stickies made these, and I'm extremely happy with them. So first one's down. Got more to go, but I got paint drying, so won't be getting to those till a little later. All right, the clear is on. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm still learning how to work the, what do you call it, the gun, because I'm not used to shooting through a detail gun. I'm always doing with cans. And then here are the, what do you call it? The cabinets for the dolly. That's done, cleared and everything. And there's the steps. I need to get those on the truck. That's actually what I'm going to be doing today, because I'm going to let the clear dry a little bit more. Wow, look at that. I mean, that is just clean. I got to do the little things like the lights and stuff like that and get everything ready, because this top part has 48 lights I've got to put on it just on the box. It has 48, so I'm going to be doing a lot of soldering. Okay, so the steps are on. That mirror there has come off like 3 times, so I kept hitting it and everything like that while I was working on it. So finally decided to wait until the very end before I put it on. So it's on, and the antennas are on. So the little stuff, that you always got to button up, the license plate up front and that kind of stuff. Okay, the last step this is the roof. I get to put in all the lights and wire everything. And so there's 28 lights just on this. So I am going to get to it and get this all wired up so I can have roof lights. Okay, so all the wires are in, all the lights on the end are in, and I hot glued everything into place. So now I get to start soldering. There are 28 lights here, but luckily, even though there's red and clear and orange, these are all running lights, so they're all going to be wired together. So all the blacks are going to go together, and then all the colored wires are going to go together, because they're all just going to light up together at the same time. Well, that was a bit of work, and that looks ugly as hell. I need to make some covers for that, but for right now, just testing purposes and stuff like that, it's holding it down. I know it looks tacky, but I'm just going to I'll make some covers and cover it up. But yeah, the lights are lit up for the roof. They work, and I hope you enjoyed that. A lot went into this. Granted, the rigid, there's still a couple little things to top up. You like you said, like you see, the holes are missing for the door handles, and Greg will get on those. I told him that those can be very last, so I'm not even concerned about those right now, because those, all I got to do is pop that off, and I can just put them in. So I'm not even concerned about it. So yeah, next up is the trailer. So there's a lot going on here, but yeah, I'm very, very happy with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the build of this truck. And we're going to move on to the trailer and add another 3.5 feet to it. So enjoy yourselves. Take care. Oh, don't forget to please give a thumbs up and subscribe.